soon, Lantern Joe here, and welcome to a special challenge video that I've been wanting to do on The Sims 4. I've been seeing this going around TikTok and a bit around YouTube. Welcome to the Single Tile Challenge. Basically, this is a rags to riches challenge where you start with a 1x1 square, and you end up basically building a mansion, or building a tiny home with a distinguishable kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. That is the aspiration for this. So this is the sim I have gone for with this. I'm going to go into play mode for this. Now, I've tried my best without CC to try and make a tiefling from D&D. So that is the reason why, for the red skin and stuff like that. Horns sadly come from CC, so I don't have CC on my PC because the fact is I run Linux. I don't think CC is going to work for me. So this is the best I can do. Red skin, piercings, a lot of fancy jewelry and stuff like that. That is what I have gone for to sort of simulate that this person is going to be a tiefling. Go and look up tieflings on Google and you'll find out what I mean by this, what I'm planning here. But anyway, we can see that we are in a 1x1 square. Hopefully, and basically what we're going to do is try and earn money by living in the confines of our house. We will not be able to buy a door for our house until we've achieved, until we've completed the quest. So we cannot buy a door. In fact, when we are able to buy a door, we have to build a fence around our lot because we're technically still not allowed to go off lots. But we can still do everything we can. So normally in Rags to Riches challenge is I'd be over here, I'd be going, to anywhere and everywhere I can to get money. But I can't do that in this. So that's why I'm really interested in figuring out what I can do with this challenge. So let's get into some gameplay, eh? So we have the Mansion Baron trait, which basically means we want a house costing at least £50,000 and owning 15 pieces of art as well. That's probably not going to happen, but we'll honestly see. Let me see if we can find her traits. Here we go. So she is ambitious, creative, and materialistic. The game also gave her business savvy, which is rather interesting. We have some likes and dislikes. I've put in programming, knitting, research and debate, robotics, rocket science, writing, piano, singing, cooking, painting, baking, video gaming, which I'm going to try and get into to try and make a lot of money, hopefully. Handiness and photography. She dislikes mixology and mischief. Could be interesting to go with those. We've got some colours that we like. We've got some music that we like. These probably won't really play into our game. We don't really need to know about relationships because, believe me, she's not going to be part of relationships. So I think that's everything we need to know about her. Let's hit play and see what we can do. Now, in order to build my square, I need to be able to earn money. So I guess for the first bit of this challenge, I'm going to need to use my camera and the take selfie option because there really isn't much else I could do to earn money. Now, from the rule set I found on this game, from the rule set I found, from the rule set I found of this game, basically, that we're supposed to be a teenager, but I don't act without using cheats other than money equals 0. I didn't really want to. So there is a way to make teenagers be able to be householders. I don't know it myself. I didn't really want to go into it. So I've made a young adult. So hopefully this works. I'm going to go with the flirty. Yeah, flirty. And we'll change pose based upon that. Where am I? Did I switch orientation? Where is my sim? I'm trying to find my sim. I can't find her right now, so I guess we'll just maybe try and take some pictures and hope for the best. Okay. And then go into our input tree. Okay, I made 31 bucks with that. So, not great, but it worked. Ish. But we're going to keep doing that. Aha! There's my sim. And then okay. And what about those photos? Did I not sell them? Okay, for some reason it's like glitched. Like go into build mode and then come back out of build mode. Yeah, they're gone. The game glitched. But I sold them. So we have to keep doing that. Until we can afford. How much money do we need to build another square? I need 120 to build another square. Okay. Alright, keep going. Take some selfies, please. And then, again, need to find my sim. There's my sim. And give a pouchy look, maybe? Maybe give a confused look. There we go. Every time I change poses, it's basically just find my sim again. Okay. We made quite a bit of cash from that. We're 93 now. Do it again, please. And if we get another 30 bucks, we probably should be at what I need. Let's go with a goofy pose. There you go. Oh, she looks sad. But, it'll do. It'll do. It'll very much do for what I'm planning. Okay. Oh, those only made 25 bucks? Okay, do I have... I'm out by 2, but... I'm out by 2. Those didn't make as much money. Alright, let's go again. Find my sim. Randomize pose. And then... she's sort of hidden by this, but it'll work. And those made money, okay, and it did glitch again, but that's fine. We have made 148 bucks, which means, in other words, I can add a square. There, I added a square. Okay, now, what else would I like to do with this? Now, I've said I wanted to try and maybe use the video gaming skill to try and get money. Well, this is what I planned for. So, in order to do exactly that, I need £800. Okay. But I also need a desk, the cheapest desk that I can fit in a 1 square apartment is 300 quid. Okay. And I would also need a chair as well. And the cheapest chair I can get is 30. Okay, this might take a bit longer than I thought it might, but it's doable. It's doable. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Sell those at 27. It does barely get us anything, but it's working. Now, I have seen people do this. One of the YouTubers I've watched do this challenge, they use the decorations box, which I think is kind of a bit cheatery, to search for decorations, because you didn't really have these items, and yet you're finding them and then using them to make money. So I'm not okay with that per se. So I'm not going to I might not be doing that. But I'm going to try some things to make money. I might try for gaming. Oh, okay. So 29. Okay, those made me quite a bit more money. Okay. And it glitched again, so I want to go into build mode. You can go out of build mode. Okay, so I now have 145. Okay, so how much money would I need to go lengthways like this? Oh, I could just do that. I have enough money to do that. I have a 4x4 square now. And because I have a 4x4 square, I can make my home a tiny home. Which is really cool. Okay. And there's not really much else I can do because that would all cost money. I can add a roof to my box. That's something I could do. If I have not built that roof right. I am bad at building roofs. There we go. There. I built a roof to my tiny home. And I can probably even, maybe, do that. But other than that, I can't do anything else. Alright. I want to come down. There we go. Okay. What else could I do then? Because I have enough room for like a woodworking table. I don't have the funds to do that just yet, but I've seen some people do. I've seen some people do the painting. So I've seen some people do painting. I've seen other people do like knitting and other stuff doing this. Music wouldn't work, I'm pretty sure about it, because you'd have to have other people hear your music. So, I don't think music would work. Cross-stitching. I've never actually played around with a cross-stitching kit. So, maybe that might work. I don't know how much money you get from doing cross-stitching, but I wouldn't mind playing around with like knitting and cross-stitching and seeing what kind of money you get from them. I know it costs money to use them, I'm aware of this, but it could work. Okay, so a DIY table costs $750, and I have to pay for the ability to use it, depending on what I'm trying to do with it. Okay. So, we'll see where we can go from here. But for the moment in time, it is back to the grind of taking pictures, selling pictures. Oh, those made 30. That one made 33. Not bad. You're getting good at this. Possibly because, you know, tiny home. And you keep wanting to play video games. Once we have a video game set up, I will very much allow you to play video games. For the moment in time, you playing video games is not going to earn us money. Oh, I think it's because I got the fast internet trait. But she wants to play video games all the time. Which I'm okay with, once we got enough money to actually afford to buy a PC. Because right now, we do not have the monies to afford a PC. Actually, can you actually game... Like, can I actually earn... like video game skill. I can play games. I mean, I don't really know what game she is playing. But, okay. I don't think it'll help us get what we want, but, would I make more money if I, like, I don't know, like, do... Well, I don't think I could sell to a publisher, because selling to a publisher needs a letterbox, so I don't think I can do that. But if I put them on the walls, technically they count as artwork, and would that would add to our mansion building Baron thing. Okay, now they're on the wall. Can you upload these pictures to Simstagram? I mean, we have 100 followers on Simstagram now. That doesn't... I don't know if that helped in any way, shape, or form, but... No, it doesn't really help in any way, shape, or form. It's just something fun to do. Okay. I thought it might help getting more followers. But I don't think it does. Actually, wait, hang on, those sold for more. So maybe it does work. I made 50 bucks. I made 52 bucks on those. So maybe it does work to be more to have more followers on Simstagram. Okay. And let's upload these photos to Simstagram. Okay, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200 followers. That one made us 14 bucks. Not bad. Okay, and now if I take the photos again. Okay, and then sell those. Okay, that one didn't make us as much. That only made us 47 bucks. Seems it is random. But it does work. And I know we've only been doing this for like a couple of hours in game, and we're getting decent amount of money. Okay. But I still need to earn enough money to be able to afford the ability to use some of these items. So I can't really do that just yet. I mean, we might be able to afford like the cross-stitching set. So that's something we can have a look into. Now, so there's the cross-stitching set. Learn the... I guess we'll do a medium hoop. Oh, these cost money to make too. Well, we'll give it a go.
Sure.
Oh, can you not do it because there's not enough room? Come over here. Do you need a Do you need a chair? Okay, I can get you a chair if that's what you need to do this. Sit in a chair. Now resume. There we go. Yeah, maybe next time on the welcome wagon. I can't exactly get out the house to welcome you to my house. Also because I don't really actually have a house. Okay, cross-stitching level 2. And she likes cross-stitching. Yay! Okay. We made a cross-stitch. How much does it sell for? 103 bucks. Okay. I mean, it might not be the best way to make money. But it is doable. It is doable making money this way. Ah, one poke too many. She missed. Okay, but that's fine. Seems like she needs social. Cannot really help her with that. Oh. Because her finger hurts, she can't actually do this anymore. Alright, fine. I guess we're back to doing selfies. Take a selfie. You have... I guess you can't take a selfie sitting down? Oh wait, I'm speeding up again. Right. Let's see how much money those make. Okay. How long? 2 hours. Alright. We could be here for a while. Let's try something else. Those only got us 44. Okay, is there anything else I could do? I mean, knitting is cheaper. Okay, put it in your fruit tray. Okay. We're gonna knit this. And see if knitting is the way to make funds. Now, obviously, we can also add knitting to our wardrobes, but I don't really want to do that. It does seem to take a lot to knit. I will admit. But we did make a knit. Okay. Okay, that got us 60 quid. Not a lot, but it did work. And now also we have the ability to bring our cross-stitching out, and we can go for some cross-stitching again. What if I use... Hang on. Let's try a medium hoop, and we'll try this one. So all you need is a seat. You need to go to the bathroom. Can I afford a toilet? I don't know if I have enough room for a toilet. I can't get a bush. Bush is not gonna work. 250 is what I need for a toilet. Okay. Okay, 250 is what I need for a toilet. You're going to have to earn the toilet. How much do you really need the toilet? You're going to... Okay, so you don't really need the pee yet. But you're going to need to earn your toilet. Okay. Did you finish your cross-stitching hook? Yes, you did. Good. Now you have the ability to buy a toilet. Okay. You've earned the ability to go to the toilet. You're hungry and you need social. Cannot help you with either at this moment in time. But you earned the ability to go to the toilet. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. I don't know if it's a good place, but we're getting somewhere. I feel like this is going to take me a lot longer because the... Also, it seems like these people... because we decided to refuse the welcome wagon, the people who came from the welcome wagon hate us because we refused the welcome wagon. I mean, it means that we know them. Can you chat? We can chat with Liberty, and maybe it'll bring my social back. Not so great, but it did work somewhat. We had a pleasant call. That's something. Let's try take more selfies.
Haha! Z!
And then sell the selfies. Okay. Those made 85 bucks. Those actually made pretty well. Now, I know in other packs I don't have the photography skills, I don't think I have the ability to have the photography skill. At least I don't think I'm able to do that. No, I still... Actually, I do have the photography skill. I'm level 4 in photography right now. Okay. Okay, that's not terrible, but it'll work. And those got us 84 bucks. Not bad. What do I need to be able to afford a cookery station? The ability to cook. Now, I need... Well, first things first, I'm going to need the ability to make food. The cheapest oven is that, which is $235. And then I'd need a counter to put it on. Cheapest one of those is 100. And I guess if I wanted to store the food, I would need a fridge, which is $215. Okay, and I'd probably need to have a bit... I'd need to have a bit more room as well. I'm guessing I could do that now-ish? There, I have more room. Okay, and can I space myself out a bit more? And have a 9-tile situation? I know I can't afford a counter now, but I think in a few more selfies, you will earn the ability to be able to cook for yourself. Maybe. Okay. Now I have the ability to buy a counter, but I'm going to wait until I have the ability to buy an oven. I have the ability to buy a fridge now, which means I could make quick food. That is an idea. Sell those. Okay, so I have 337 bucks. So if I put a fridge here, and then maybe I have enough money for a counter as well. I'm going to turn the chair, and then do that. Now you have 22 bucks. Do I have enough money to... I do. I can make myself a garden salad. That is all the things I can make. Alright. Can you make yourself a single serving of garden salad, please? Okay. Okay, you made garden salad. Eat your garden salad. Okay. We don't have the ability to put it away. Can you cross stitch? No, you don't have enough monies to cross stitch, so cross stitching is not possible right now. Alright. But at least we have the ability. Well, at least we have the ability to use cross stitch. If we take more selfies. Okay. Do I now have the ability to use the cross-stitching machine? I do. I do have the ability to use the cross-stitching machine, but I don't really know if I want to just yet. What do I need to build a bed? Cheapest beds would cost me £255. Or £240 if I used this bed, but this bed is uncomfortable for adults because it's a teenager's bed. Okay. So in about 1 or 2 more rounds of selfies, I could afford a bed. Okay. Okay. Picture perfect. Wait. I have the... Oh, it's only a 5 skill. The photography skill is only a 5 skill. You know, there's only 5 levels of photography. Okay. Ooh, those make a lot of money. 131. Not bad. Okay, now can I afford a bed? I need a 3-tile apartment to build a bed. Great. I need to make my place bigger. Alright. Let's do exactly that. We'll move the post box. And we'll do that. And then you're gonna have to take some more selfies because I can't really afford to buy a bed again. So please allow me to buy a bed for you. Okay. Those got us 134, and that allows us a bed. Now we can... Okay, so that's energy 4, stress relief 3. This one's discomfort. Okay. We can also afford a futon, but I don't have the room for that. I want just a single bed. I want just a single bed. I'm going to go with a camping cot. Wait. Oh yeah, because I have the knitting thing. I can just sit on the bed and knit. You need to sleep though. Ooh, do I have the ability to buy a light for ourselves? A light would be nice. Like a ceiling light. Like that, for example. Okay. And then maybe if I... There we go. Auto lights. Always. Cool. And then build it out. There we go. And I think that is where we're going to end we're going to end Martina Andrews' first day there. Off screen, I am going to get Martina... Well, I guess I'm going to get her energy back up. And then we'll continue on from there. So the idea is to have a distinguishable kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. So they all need to be individual rooms in the property before we can actually class this as a challenge win. So we're going to need to do a bit more. I would also like to pick up a skill. So I'm going to try and continue doing knitting and crocheting and seeing where they're going to get us money-wise, as well as photography, since I've now mastered the photography skill, because tiny home. We could also maybe try for like wood making or fabrication needs bits and bobs, so we couldn't do fabrication, but we might be able to do woodworking. Woodworking might work. Anyway, let me know what you think of this challenge down in the comment section down below and give this a try yourself. Basically, all you need to start with is a 1x1 square and put your sim in the box. You can on an empty lot. So, empty lot, build a 1x1 square, build a door, get the sim to walk inside of the 1x1 square, and then delete the door. Challenge starts. And then you can do money 0. Alright, so I will leave you to the next episode. But until next time, I am Lantern Joe, and I will see you next time. Dag! Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Of course, follow me on social media, where you'll get news, thoughts and opinions from me and the rest of the Lantern Nation. We have Discord, Blue Sky, Masterdon and Facebook as well, all linked in the description below, so go and check them out. And I will see you on the next video. So until then, from me, Joe, and Lantern as well, we'll see you next time.